What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Saturday, July 26, 2025, and we are back with another Sound Off Saturday. Now, of course, we didn't have one last month because we did the Black Music Month Jam session in place of that. So the last time we had one was at the end of May, but the Sound Off Saturday has returned. If you are new to the channel, basically what Sound Off Saturday is, the last Saturday of every month, unless specified otherwise, I tend to just have like an open panel like discussion and let people come up and just sound off on whatever it is that they want to talk about. It's not a structured live like I typically do. It's not a simple topic or just a regular topic or anything like that. But the only rule is that there is a 2 sound off maximum. That means you do not go past 2. So that means when you get up here, make sure whatever it is that you want to go off on today, that it's no more than 2. So make sure whatever 2 you want to go off on, that is it. Or if you want to go off on one thing, make sure that's the one thing you want to go off on. And that's pretty much the only rule. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't done so already, make sure y'all smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new. And if you are new, make sure to hit the bell twice to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. But let's see who we have in here so far. We have Raging Woody, Wallow J, Miss Niecy, Dimple Face. I was about to acknowledge myself, Dark Titan, Brother Man to You, Fire Bat, Pinky JYB, Soul Survivor, Cold Red 713. Oh, Soul Survivor is your Soul Survivor, you said it's your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday to you. Everybody in the chat say happy early birthday, or just say happy birthday because I won't be live tomorrow, to Soul Survivor. We got the Black Rick Grimes, Miss Jalen, Tell It Like It Is, Neelix, Junior Network, Reparation Nation, and that is it so far. Okay, so I have the link pinned right there at. No, Miss Niecy, there is no buzzer when it comes to Sound Off Saturday. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I haven't been really using the buzzer as of lately. I think y'all could probably tell that by now. But that doesn't mean I won't use it again in the future. But if I do use it, I'll let you know. It's not like I'm gonna catch you off guard with what it is. Okay, now everybody, now that I've gotten the intro out of the way, the link is pinned right there at the top of the screen. If you would like to come up for the Sound Off Saturday, just click the link that is right there at the top of the screen. All right, I see we already had somebody in here already. So let me go ahead and bring them up. Mr. Williams, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? I just happened to be on YouTube and seen you had your little sound off Saturdays. I'm like, cool. I just want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. What's up, man? But I do want to give you some
What's going on?
updates. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Sonia Massie case at all. The
It's an update.
lady. Well, I'm actually from Springfield where it happened, and my mom sends me stuff all the time. So I got a
Okay.
bunch of stuff. Long story short, first they're gonna, if they're still gonna do it, they're gonna have the court date, the court in Peoria, Illinois, for some reason. I think they're trying to use that whole fair trial thing. Next, let's see, he is transferred back to a Sangamon County jail. Now they're trying to prove her mental state somehow as justification for why he had to shoot her. There's this bridge that was built when I was probably a teenager, and I'm 47 now, so that shows you how long it's been. And I guess they're gonna name it the Sonia Massie Bridge, and like, here we go, good old, symbolism. And I forget, some singer's gonna dedicate some concert to her and a whole bunch of nonsense. But I'm not on any forum, so I couldn't send you all this stuff. But if I do keep getting updates, I will probably have to send them to Lisa. Maybe she can get in touch with you better than me. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with that. Nothing really, basically the same typical stuff that they like to do, as far as how they're going to handle this case.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling,
Yeah.
like, give me an update, because I didn't, like, they kept it real hush.
Yeah, like I said, luckily, I'm actually from Springfield, and my mom, sends me this. I don't live up there no more, but my mom sends me all this stuff. She's retired, so you know that all they do is watch news all day.
Yeah.
So I did want to give you some other stuff. So you remember, I think Philip Scott did a live recently on how he spoke of how he doesn't like see us going at each other when it comes to. It was just recently this week. He kind of gets sick of it, the blacks against Africans and Haitians and all that stuff, because we all have the same problems. And it's like we do a lot of the same stuff to each other, whether in any country. And because I actually talk to a lot of brothers, because I work with a lot of Africans at my job and everything. And I just seen recently, so Africa has this big network, or this big news station that views, that about over 20 something Africans view. The politicians just sold it to the French. And that reminds me of BT, because we had our own network for us to view our stuff, and now it's gone, and now France is about to do the same thing.
Well, I hope that they over there can handle their problems with the French, because we have our own problems.
Exactly. Well, no, I just happened to see it today on one of I think one of on the Philip Scott's channel. I forget which lady spoke of it, but it just reminds me of when he was just talking about this. Like, we do the same stuff to each other wherever we're at, because we got them same problems, those same sellouts that would pretty much sell us under the table, and it's like, yeah, this is same thing, but like theirs was huge. It was like their major network that's been around since 1994. So, but anyway, I don't want to keep you up on too much stuff. Other than that, damn, I ain't got too much I can talk about, man. My bad. But I'll do this call to say what's up.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go and give everybody else a chance. Just happen to see your live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to that now. All right, man. And by your review, I probably will be checking out that Fantastic Four, because I was pretty skeptic like everybody else. So I think I have to
Okay.
go check that out.
It was
All right.
pretty good. All right.
Okay, cool. Yep.
You have a good one.
Yep. Bye.
All right, shout out to Mr. Williams for coming up and kicking everything off. Next up, we got Wallow J. And you saw what Ms. Nisi wrote in the chat, in which you brought up to our attention yesterday, well, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. So I'm ready to see what this surprise is.
How you doing, Torian? How you doing, everybody in the chat? Yeah, Miss Nisi, trust me, I wasn't gonna forget my surprise. So y'all know I turned 33 Wednesday. I had to make sure, okay, Wednesday. Turned 33. I've been on this. I don't know how
You,
long I've
wait,
been
wait,
over here,
wait, wait,
Torian.
wait a minute. Hold on. You said you turned 33 on Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy belated. Because see, I didn't go, I
No,
didn't.
well, not this this upcoming Wednesday, not last Wednesday.
This up. Okay. Well,
Yeah, this upcoming
happy,
Wednesday.
happy early birthday, just in case I or we forget.
That's fine. I know y'all show me love. I've been on this. I don't know how long I've been over here. I couldn't even tell you. Probably a year plus.
Mhm.
And finally, get off my damn screen. I don't know why KG tweeting for some reason, but now it's finally time to do something that I normally don't do.
What's that?
How you doing, brother Torn?
Come on, screen. Come on, screen. Why did when you said something you normally don't do? I kind of figured that's what it was going to be.
Yeah,
all right,
man.
y'all. All right, y'all. So this was the grand surprise that
Yeah,
Wild
I don't like
came
how
to
this camera look at my
about
head. My
about
head
a
looks
month.
like
He's giving a face reveal. Now we know what well, I already knew what you look like because you in the Discord. So your profile picture is this. I already knew what you look like. But for those who didn't know who Wallow looked like, there he is right there on the screen.
No, brother, man, don't give me the buzzer. Shut up, god dang it. No, I mean, yeah, y'all brother making sure y'all knew I wasn't a bot or nothing like that and stuff like that. I am real. I am real. You see? See? I got hair. Unlike KG, I have hair. I have hair. Yeah. Yeah. Take that, KG. Pause. But anyway, yeah, that was my little big reveal. Get off my screen. That was my big reveal for everybody. Yeah, this is my face. KG, you want to make fun of me? Never mind. I ain't gonna go there today. But
I don't think KG in the chat right now. He
no,
might
he might watch the playback and say something slick.
Yeah.
But no, that's all I had to do. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all today. So I'm gonna go enjoy my vacation. Y'all be one.
All right, be one. All right, my bad. Shout out to Wallow for coming up and doing his grand reveal. Now everybody knows what he looks like. Mr. Williams said that he kind of looks like Michael B. Jordan character in Sinner. So you say he looks like Smoke or Stack? All right, next up we got Neelix. What's going on?
Hey Torian, how's everybody? So a few things I want to talk about. Don't worry, it's not going to be long. But first off, happy heavenly birthday to Emmett Till. I think that his birthday was a couple days ago, I believe, and I think he would have been in his late 80s.
Okay.
So
thanks for telling me that because I didn't know that his birthday had passed.
Yeah, that's very, very deep. That hits hard because he could still be living to this day if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
And about that, I deep down inside I knew that Carolyn Bryant would have never been held accountable for her role in that. And it just sucks how she was protected all her life after that. She, and the thing that sucks is that her and Roy Bryant, the one of the guys that murdered Emmett, they divorced several years later. So it's not like they were married all their life. And so then you beg the question, like, what was, I mean, all of that was really for nothing. You're sitting here making it seem like you're protecting your wife from this 14-year-old boy, and they don't even stay married for long. There was a YouTuber, I can't think of his name. I think his name is Lamont something, but he goes around, he goes to the different grave sites across the country of people, famous people, or people in famous cases and everything. And he goes to Roy Bryant's grave down in Mississippi. And Roy Bryant, he had gotten remarried some years later after the whole Emmett Till thing. And somebody in the comments said, imagine all of that and you didn't even you weren't even buried next to the person who kicked off the event. And that just hit hard. I mean, it just, stuff like that just makes you think, you know. And then, staying on Emmett Till, there's an older YouTube video that's probably at least 15 years old by now, maybe 12 years old by now. And it's a guy who's talking to, this YouTuber. And he talked about growing up in that area. This was a white man. He talked about growing up in that area, and he actually knew Carolyn Bryant and knew her family. And he said that she would actually flirt with the black men that would come in there and set them up.
How am I not surprised by that?
Right. I mean, it puts, you're not surprised, but it really puts a lot into perspective. And it really makes you think how many times these heifers have done that and have tried to do it.
It's a tale as old as time. That goes back even to Black Wall Street. That's how that got destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, literally every single race riot that you can think of that's happened in history was because a white woman alleged that a black man had raped her or touched her and everything.
I don't
And
know. I don't know
go
if he
ahead.
was around. I don't know if you were around when on my channel when I was doing the Black Massacre series, but I had a whole series like that I was doing on different Black massacres that occurred over the years. And most of those massacres started because some white woman was up there lying on a black man, saying that he attacked her or that he was trying to violate her. And then you came out with D.W. Griffith's version of Birth of a Nation back in the day, and that helped escalate. That I said that was like probably the first propaganda film against Black Americans. That was the one right there.
Yeah, Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, Woodrow Wilson. He did a viewing of that. He did a viewing of it in the White House. Yep. And
it's actually it's actually the movie's in the Library of Congress.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, and I think I've mentioned this in your live videos and your comments sections over the course of time of following your channel. But everybody needs to read the book 100 Years of Lynchings by Ralph Ginsberg. Y'all, I suggest that y'all read those books in small increments because it's heavy. It's heavy. I'll give you an example just to show how absurd these people are. In the book, it talked about a lynching of a black man, and they lynched him because his wagon had bumped up against the wagon of a white woman and her child. Like they were like passing by each other, and his wagon accidentally bumped into her wagon. Next thing you know, hundreds of men are trying to find him around town and lynched him. I mean, the absurdity of these people is just, it just amazes me, but I suggest that people go and read that book because I really feel like not only do they really are calculating about how they set us up to die, to get killed. And then there's also this new book about the Emmett Till case, and if anybody has heard about it, it's called The Barn. I haven't read it yet, but it is on my list. I think it talks about one of the men, and don't quote me on this. It talks about one of the men who I think helped capture, like helped kidnap Emmett Till, or I think it was a man that knew somebody who was part of it. Because if you watch the 60 Minutes documentary that came out in the early 2000s, the interviewer guy was asking one of the older black men, well, were you one of the people that took Emmett Till and put him in the back of the truck and all that other stuff? And the black guy was denying it. So I don't know if this is like a family member of one of those guys or what, but I highly suggest that people go and read The Barn because I plan on doing it too. My last thing that I wanted to talk about, everybody's talking about Hulk Hogan, but has anybody looked into Ozzy Osbourne's past, if his views as far as if he was racist or not? Because Sharon Osbourne, she got under fire a few years ago for saying some kind of crazy stuff too.
We know about Sharon Osbourne and also their daughter Kelly Osbourne too.
Right.
She said some controversial stuff when she used to be on The View, but definitely Sharon Osbourne. That woman used to say a whole bunch of anti-black stuff, and people would call her out on it. And then she, of course, would go into the victim mode stuff. I don't know too much about Ozzy Osbourne outside of the time years ago when he bit the head off of a bat.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Oh, you didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah, like he actually did. Like it was way back when he was in that group. Someone can let me know what the name of the group was.
Black Sabbath?
Yeah. It was years ago. It had to be like in the 80s. It had to be during that punk rock era, because that's where that music would fall into. And he was right there on the stage, and he had a actual live bat that he was on the stage with, and he bit the head off it. But Dimple Face, they thought it was a prop, but it actually was a real bat.
Oh my God. See, now that's demonic right there.
I
That's
wouldn't even
demonic.
I wouldn't even have done that, even if with it being a prop.
Right. Yeah. That's just, yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't gonna sit here and say R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne either, because I
Listen,
don't know what
listen,
he.
he wasn't. Listen, his nickname wasn't the Prince of Darkness for nothing.
Right. Right. Exactly. Like Hulk Hogan, he does not have my condolences at all. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to cry over Ozzy Osbourne either, because I don't know what he thought about, or anything like that. But that's all I had to say. Question, because this is my first time doing these.
Okay.
During your sound off Saturdays, if we have anything more to say, and if we like just let the next person say something, I mean, can the same person come back and give you some more stuff to talk about, or?
Now I'm just trying to keep it to 2 per person.
Okay.
No repeat offenders.
Okay. No,
Typically, I
no
would let that.
problem.
Typically, I would let that slide if it's like a main topic, because I have done it. But when it comes to the sound off Saturdays, I usually only have you do. That's why I say make sure whatever 2 you want to come up here and speak about is the 2 that you want to talk about. But
Right.
the first thing that you did talk about, I'm glad you did bring up, because again, I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know when Emmett Till's birthday was, so I'm glad that you told me that, and then also gave us some information about those books. So I'm glad that was very informative.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. Hey, anytime. I don't mind it at all. I loved watching your channel, and with the Black Massacre series, I actually binge watched those most of the first half of this year.
Good.
So you gave me a lot of good information. But every massacre that I would start on with, like, each video, I would be like, okay, he's talking about this one. Let me go Google this and find this one out. So yeah, I love those Black Massacre series, and the Sundown Town series too. Those are really good as well.
Appreciate
But
it.
yeah, no problem. So thank you for letting me come up here and talk, and I can't wait for more. Thank you.
All right, shout out to Neelix for coming up. Before I bring up the next person, let me give a shout out to Soul Survivor for the 5. He said, Brother Sean James is home from the hospital. Yes, I did hear about that. I'm glad that he is home. For those who don't know what Soul Survivor is talking about, Sean James, who some of you may or may not know, he also does commentary. He's also a part of the New Black Media as well. He actually recently suffered a heart attack, I believe, like maybe a week ago. Someone can let me know the actual timeline of it, but I know it was very recent. And he was hospitalized, but he just recently has been released from the hospital, and now he's back home recovering. I think he got released maybe yesterday or the day before, maybe like within the last 2 days or something like that. But I'm glad that he's back home and he's recovering, taking it easy and resting. And I think he put out a video talking about his experience, I think yesterday. Someone had sent me the link. But it's good that he's back home. Just have a speedy recovery. Don't try to rush everything. Just ease his way back into everything. But now let's see, who do we have coming up next to the stage? Oh, y'all already know what time it is.
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Hurricane Niecy, all the way in West VA. What's going on?
Hey, my baby. Good afternoon to the family in the chat. Special shout out to my boomer sister, Nene 64, and happy early birthday, Wallow J. Okay. Mine's is different. It ain't about what's going on right now, because we all know what's going on. I go back and I rewatch some of your previous videos. And I was listening to the one where Sean from the Shy was when you did panel style.
Yeah.
And I was listening to her, and Toya, and I was crying. That's why I left the comment on the video.
I saw the comment that you left.
I missed her presence.
Oh, so do I. I think everybody who is in this chat right now, who was around when she was here, which for the most part, is the vast majority of this chat, and even those who aren't watching knows that whenever she came up, she always like held the stage down. She always held that panel down. I forgot who it was. Loved her to death. Always had questions.
Oh, Spidey.
Yeah, Spidey loved whenever she came on because he always liked to pick her brain, which was understandable because she had that level of wisdom. And it's like y'all two kind of like bounced off of each other, and I think it's because of the age. Like y'all were like really like very close in age.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, y'all never even met in person, but it's almost like the way y'all would talk with each other is almost like y'all knew each other for years.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah.
When
I found that out, I remember it was on New Year's Eve, like right before New Year's, and I came on and I did that.
I remember.
I did that emergency live stream because I didn't know, and people was asking me like, "Where's Sean from the Shy at? Where's she at?" Because we haven't seen her in a while. She's always there, and luckily, I just stumbled across someone's profile or channel on here, and she used to go over to their channel, and then that's when I found out she had passed. And I think what really hurt me was finding out that it wasn't recent. She had passed she was gone for a couple of months. I think she had passed like in that September, and I'm just finding out in that December 31st. And like, and I think that's the part that really got me, because a lot of people was like, why is Torian going live? So maybe he's going live because it's just a New Year's thing and he just decided to go live at this time. But then when y'all read the title, it was like, no, it's something else. So yeah, when I found that out, I really felt some type of way about that, because I loved when she used to come up on the panel, and she used to have all the time, like, let's just put it this way, I didn't do the 2-minute warning back then, but had I did, she would have been one of the ones I wouldn't have turned the timer on. Like, I would have let her get out whatever it is that she needed to say.
She always had those pearls of wisdom.
She always loved talking about her kids. She always liked talking about the kids, her own kids, and the kids that she worked with. She held Chicago down. You bet not have said nothing negative about Chicago around her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember when times when Afro would come on here, and she would be on here too, and they would always be talking to each other. And I said, see, they having that Chicago connection right there. I said I can't even penetrate through that. But yeah, those were definitely some good times. For those who are new to the channel and listening to the sound of our voices right now, who are not familiar with Sean from the Shy, make sure y'all go back and look at some of my old live streams, probably from maybe the last 2 years, and you'll know what what we're talking about, and y'all will just get lost in whatever that she's saying, because like you said, just pearls of wisdom. Like, that woman had years of wisdom on her side. She has seen a lot, she's been through a lot, and she heard a lot. So
you know what, Torian, as you were speaking, this word dropped in my spirit. Sean from the Shy was a griot. He spoke our history.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful soul. She is resting, and I believe she's with the Lord. I do.
Yeah, I do.
Now my next point is, I tell you, the deaf and threes, but the only one who truly we should mourn and uplift his family is Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, definitely. And then especially after I found out some more additional information about what happened, and that makes it even more sadder. Like, for those who don't know, the updates that came, of course, the first thing that went out, that they said it was an accidental drowning and that he was on vacation in Costa Rica with his family. Well, basically what happened was he was out in the ocean with his daughter. Now, mind you, his daughter, they were there celebrating her birthday. So it was him, his wife, and his daughter out there in Costa Rica, and they was out in the ocean. And then that riptide came in. You know, that I always say the ocean is one of the most beautiful things about nature, but it also can be the most dangerous and scary parts of it as well. And the thing is, no matter how good of a swimmer that you are not going to beat that current. And the thing is, he was out there like trying to get his daughter to safety. She ended up getting to safety, but unfortunately that current pulled him under and he did not come back up, and they didn't find his body until the next day.
Well, yesterday I happened to channel surf through YouTube. I can't recall the channel name, but it was the one where they said Jaleel White spoke at his funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and the information that the commentator was telling, I left a comment. I said this commentary is trash because what was said, I can't even remember it all, and I wish I could recall the name of the channel, but what was being said pissed me off. I said the man's body ain't even cold yet. You doing this garbage? But then that's what the commentator was PC Nabisco.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, Torian.
Yeah. And you know what it is? I think a lot of it also is because, you know, when we think of Malcolm Jamal Warner, we automatically think of Theo from The Cosby Show. We think of him in other things, but that's the foundation where we know him from, because that's where he got his launch from. That's where he garnered his fame from. And then when you think of The Cosby Show, they're going to automatically link it to Bill Cosby. And a lot of people are like, who have animosity towards Bill Cosby for whatever reason, they're like anyone associated, we're just going to automatically not like them as well, especially if they came out and they defended him during all of his tribulations a few years ago. So like, but you know, it's like you said, I'm not surprised, but I've seen a lot of obscene things being said. I'm not going to repeat any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But all I'm gonna just say is that, you know, the man, you know, he's resting now. Again, that was probably one of the biggest shocking deaths of
Exactly.
2025 for me.
Well, for me, he's human, just like all of us. He's not a perfect man. We all go through shit, you know. Despite whatever was going on in his life, he lived his life with dignity.
Mm-hmm. And that's, and I was going to say, say something. He was one of the few celebrities that did not have his name wrapped up in any type of scandal.
No.
He just went in there, did his work, did his job, went home and minded his business. And you talking about a guy that's been in the industry since he was a teenager in the early 80s and was consistently working. Even if you didn't think Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't working, or if he wasn't anything mainstream television or movie wise, he was still working even behind the scenes. So this guy literally has had a career that has spanned over 40 years.
Yes, that's the blessing. But R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner. And I say to the family, please keep his family and especially his mother, Pam Warner, uplifted in prayer. And I'll land there. Go ahead.
And also especially his daughter, because again,
yes.
Like think about it. Every time her birthday rolls around, this comes with it.
Yeah. Yes. Well, anyway, that's where I'm going to land. Be blessed, Tori, and as always.
You too. All right, shout out to Hurricane Nisi for coming to the stage. All right, let's see, who do I have coming up next? Buzzercam, what's going on?
How you doing, Tori? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. So I got any late certain time already. I was just doing some things like cooking already. So I was wanting to know your answer. Have you heard about how Warner Martin said this week or last week about the Apple A, about they ain't doing nothing but talking on the internet and stuff? What's your opinion?
Wait, repeat that. What did Roland Martin say?
I know you noticed, but Wallow had made this egregious stuff talking about what's going on in grassroots, missing their name already. It's on his channel anyway, and I didn't care what the hell he's saying. All I know is he's saying some stuff that he's talking about on what I forgot what it was, but it's tournaments of Babylon and stuff like that. It's a mess. And it makes everybody name like Terrain and Vicky and Phil, all of that. And
wait, he said, wait, hold up, wait a minute, time out. He mentioned me?
No, the auditory.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say, because I was like, well, I was like, if he mentioned me and no one told me, and this is my first time learning about it, I need to go and find this. But I'm not surprised by this because Roland Martin has been throwing shots at the new black media for the last few years now. And I think it's like I think it's a combination of jealousy and envy and a few other things, like our voices are being pushed out there and pushed against whatever narrative that he's trying to push. I try my best not to talk about Roland Martin like at all unless I necessarily have to. But I'm not surprised. And a lot of times I think, he has to probably mention our names just so people can give him a response because he needs the engagement. So that's why he decides to do it. And I notice a lot of times when he does it, he always has a panel of people there so he could have people that quote unquote back him up on what he says. That way it doesn't seem like he's the only one who's thinking this. Oh, it's not just me. I'm not the only one that feels this way. This person feels this way. And this person, it's like another echo chamber. That's why I tell people left wing, right wing, conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican, two wings attached to the same buzzer. What Roland Martin is doing is the same thing a lot of those conservatives doing. The only difference is the people and the talking points. But other than that, the commonality there is they both have FBA in their mouths. That's the commonality right there, in a very negative way. Might I add?
Yeah. What he's mad at, what I feel like he's mad at, his bad's getting a little bit slow. And what this recent minister is, I think he's hurting bad with saying just something like that. Where he's getting, he into the bad. That's what he's doing, and he's getting salty because of it. What's going on lately, and that's why he's mad. And Mason, your guy's name, Gabriel Isaac, to get some more fuels on his side, which ain't gonna happen because his fuels is that trash and old and dried up already and stuff like that, and nobody barely listens to him to no more.
And also another thing you gotta think, and you also got to think Roland Martin, when he was in his, I guess you can say, in his prime, a lot of people knew him as being over there on CNN, and then he got kicked off of that because of what he said about that Super Bowl ad with David Beckham. And then he got a second chance when he did. He had his own show over there on TV One called News One. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. When he first got started,
before that, he had another show. Before that one, it was Washington Post on the same channel. Before he did News One. Now, I don't know if you remember that.
Now I will say that I did like when he was on there at that time. I did used to watch that show. That was actually before. There was a time, for those of y'all who may be new to Roland Martin, there was a time when Roland Martin did not talk like this, like how he is now. He was not like that at one point. That's when I was able to watch him.
He talking different now because he's on the internet. That's why the difference is he's doing it as a corporate way of doing it in the live TV. That's the difference.
What really got me though was when he had his show on News One, he would always have that girl, that woman, Amber Phillips, on there, whom I nicknamed Cancer Phillips. I could not stand when he would ever have that woman on his show because that woman was so anti-black man. Anyone who knows who I'm talking about with Amber Phillips, one of the biggest blow-ups that happened was when the movie The Birth of a Nation, the Nate Parker movie, by the way, the one about Nat Turner, was getting ready to come out, and all of that controversy came up. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. Those who know, you already know what happened. She was on there, and the actress Anjanou Ellis, who was a very good and heavily underrated actress, who was also in the movie, she was on there to help promote the movie. You had Amber Phillips up there going back and forth in a shouting match with this woman who worked on this movie, and Amber Phillips had never even watched the movie, but she's getting up there lying about something that happened in the movie that she didn't even watch. And the thing is, the segment was only supposed to be for Anjanou to be up there for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. That thing turned into a whole shouting match that lasted so long that when they cut the feed, when they cut the show was over, they had to post up a whole nother segment online just showing them arguing with each other for like another 30 minutes. And Roland Martin was right there and did not stop this woman from going in on this actress who was working in the movie against a woman who didn't even watch the movie, nor did she plan to watch it. You just sat there and let it happen. The other part that turned me away from Roland Martin was when he had Richard Spencer on there, and Richard Spencer was up there asking him, what do you identify as? It was a simple question. It wasn't even a trick question. He said he's identified as a Christian man. Remember, he said as a Christian man. And we was like, Roland, are you serious? And Richard Spencer was sitting there. He was like, no, that's not what I meant. He's like, ethnic wise, what do you identify as? And that's when it was at that moment right there that I was complete. I clocked out of Roland Martin. The first one, was with him constantly having Amber Phillips on there and not checking her. And number two, when Richard Spencer was on there and he didn't come correct with that. And the thing is, it's Richard Spencer. This guy is one of the easiest people to debunk in any debate. So and notice soon after that, and it was
2
some
years
other
later,
stuff
I think.
and then some other stuff happened as well. But a couple years later, the show ended up getting canceled, and now he's at where he's at. So I think it's like I think it's more of a thing of him just being bitter and angry.
Yeah, I think the show got canceled. Well, I don't. Sorry to cut you off, but I think he's got canceled because he talked about this. Something needs to be move on with some controversies. So he started something like that. I don't know. I feel like the waves getting low or what was going on. And another thing, he's canceled he got canceled weeks after or a month after we are fighting Dr. Omar. He missed him on that problem too. On that place like that. He got him on his show already and talk about some things. I forgot what it was. All I remember there was some argument about the phone and stuff like that. And all that was mess, and that's why he still got canceled and stuff like that. I can introduce this man. I think when Whitney Williams will talk so probably that can go when you're missing about what's it called? The black cards of what's going on. Harvard, I forgot what it was, and it was all over the place. And Wallow checked you about it, and that's my first time hearing about him. I know much about him after the fact that his show got canceled. I didn't know what was his angle or something like that until he got on this internet and do his own stuff. I watched him for a time until I realized this dude is nothing but collapses and sealing and stuff like that. And what got me when finding this Ken Wendell who had his own school or something like that, and he started Baltimore or something like that, and that's where I knew, okay, I'm done with him too. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. That's the same. You
good. Oh, you good.
Okay.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. That's all I talk about what's going on like that. That's my whole thing. But I'm gonna go back cooking. I'll watch this another time when I get a chance. Okay.
All right. Appreciate you coming up.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Shout out to Buzzer Can for coming up, and thanks for unlocking a memory for me when it came to Wet Yam Martin, because man, I couldn't stand Cancer Phillips. I'm glad that she is no longer around. Like, she had that one wake-up call with that white woman on that plane, and we ain't heard from her since. And I said, well, it is what it is. Next up, we got Denzemus. What's going on?
Hello. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Oh, I realized something. You're not outside.
Hey, I'm home. I made sure. I made sure that I'm somewhere quiet.
I don't hear no passing cars or no extraterrestrial noises.
I made sure it's clear for you today, my guy. But it's funny that you mentioned extraterrestrial noises. Two things I want to talk about: this whole tether situation, so African diaspora war thing. But first, I just want to talk about this quick whole alien situation going on. So now I don't know what in the hell is going on with our politicians, but I feel like it's a distraction from the whole, the files situation that's going on right now. Yeah. These fools are really over here talking about, oh, there is an alien. What did they say? There's an alien ship there could be an alien attack in November.
I know what you're talking about. I think I just saw that yesterday. Someone I forgot who it was. And I'm like, if you don't get, I said, this thing looked like it came straight out of ID4.
Yeah, that old.
If y'all don't know what ID4 is, it's Independence Day.
Right. That old. I'm like, this must be some AI. Like, this is clearly photo edited. Like, oh my God, they're not even trying anymore. And I really understand what you mean now when you say one of your biggest pet peeves is when people test your intelligence. Like, yes, these people really think it's like, come on now. But I will say this: if aliens do come down here, if you're listening, aliens, can you just please shoot all the white supremacists, please? That would just look. If you're gonna invade, at least just get rid of their asses. Just get rid of them. Us FBAs, look, just leave us alone. Get rid of them. But another thing I want to say about the aliens. Do you remember that time when we had that show? When I told you about that show, Cosmic Slop, where if aliens came down and wanted to take black people and all that stuff. Do you remember when I was telling you about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just now finding out that there was a different ending where after them folks got rid of all the black people, they blew the earth up. So I just thought that was hilarious. They hid that for some reason. Well, actually, I know the reason why, but yeah, they hid that ending. They changed it. So yeah, them folks gonna do what they always do. But yeah, another thing. But besides that, I wanted to talk about this whole African diaspora situation where it's like, I don't know what in the hell is going on with these tethers. I don't know what's going on with even some of our people. I'm pretty sure you heard about this whole boycott situation of African businesses
Mm-hmm.
and how, of course, we know um, with the tethers and stuff, how they just won't never shut the hell up about we don't have no culture. We don't know where we come from. I don't know if I'm the only person who thinks this, but while I do know for a fact that a lot of these tethers have tribalistic tendencies, I feel like the whites, the PC supremacists are in the back somewhere, causing mayhem as well. I hope I'm not the only one who thinks that. Like, I don't. Of course, we're not going to take our focus off of them, but it's just a lot of stuff. I'm sorry.
No, I was
I'm sorry.
I was saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I always tell people you do not have to be white to be a white supremacist. That's why when for those who don't understand it, when I say co-colonizing cohorts, I'm talking about the melanated ones.
Yeah, and speaking of the melanated ones, it's even worse with them because I know you've seen these racist these racist stereotypical AI videos that's been
Oh
going
yeah,
around on TikTok, and
I've
and
seen
I'm just like,
I've seen them so many times on Instagram, like in people's Instagram stories.
yeah, and the effed up part is I've tried to report these videos. I've tried to report them on Instagram. And of course, lo and behold, they do not get they're just like
Yeah, they're
what did
going
they say?
too far gone. They're basically there's entertainment tools now. But
Yeah,
I have seen them though.
yeah. But I just wanted to say that because I want us to just be privy to all the little tricks that these people do. Like I'm tired of these. I'm just so over these tethers. I'm tired. I'm damn sure over these sellouts in our community. But it's like we're gonna do what we have to do either way. But I just want everybody to pay attention to that because it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I never thought I would hear the day where I would see Africans online talking about they want to have a war with Black Americans. I'm like, what the hell? First of all, you don't even have smoke for the people who are ravaging your home country, but yet you have all the smoke for us when we have done everything. We've done nothing but want to see the best for you. Like, what is wrong with you people? Y'all are that damn tribalistic that you're gonna skip past the people who are literally just you have not flies on your stomach. That guy was about to say that. Anyway, you, your countries are just war torn and just down in the gutter. And the PC people are right across the street, literally living a lavish life, but you're sitting here worrying about us. Like, how does that work? How does that work? You come over to you want to have the smoke for us, but you don't want to have smoke for them. But I don't know. I don't want to go on and on. I just my fellow FEAs, just please stay focused on reparations. That's the prize. Because once we win, despite everything that the tethers are doing, we still care about, our African and Caribbean brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it. V1.
B1. Appreciate you coming up. Shout out to Den Zemas. All right, before I bring up the next person, shout out to T-She1 for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate you. All right, next up we got Pinky. What's going on?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, how's it going?
Everything's going good.
I just wanted to say, shout out specifically to Jess Hilarious for what she did to Neon on the Breakfast Club. Now, I'm
Oh,
not a fan. Okay, I'm not a fan of the Breakfast Club, but what
me neither.
she did, what she did, she didn't have to do it, but she did it. And now I know everybody's in an uproar trying to force her to apologize, but a lot of
And I
people
don't
aren't
know she
focusing
doesn't.
on something. No, she made it clear she's not apologizing, but a lot of people who are going in on him now, of course he did say some racist things, but the reason
Some is
why
an
he's
understatement.
well, yeah, I know it is an understatement, but what I noticed was the reason why, you remember, he reached out to Charlamagne the God to be on the Breakfast Club. And the reason why, and a lot of people are avoiding it, but the reason why he's doing it is because of Kai Cenat. You know that, right?
Yeah, and by the way, just to give y'all a little spoiler alert, I will be doing a live next. I want to say Thursday. I think the 31st on the Cenat Aiden Ross situation. I'm doing that one. I think no, not next Thursday. It'll be maybe in the next couple of weeks because I'm still getting some more stuff for that live. But I will be doing a live on that
Okay.
situation.
I will look out for that as well. But all because of this particular Jamaican / Trinidadian's accolades. Neon and Aiden Ross are literally trying to, they're jealous because in their minds it's supposed to be them, not him. I mean, I
Right.
saw Time magazine, and I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it, I was like, wait, who? Number one, for what? But again, it's Time magazine. I'm not even gonna argue. But right after I saw Neon on the Breakfast Club, I said, okay, everything is coming together. With everything that this Jamaican / Trinidadian is doing in his life and all the stuff that's being offered to him right now, these two are mad because if you get technically, I believe they're both part of a certain community. It's supposed to be them, but all the stuff that they've done over the years, a lot of these companies are just saying, you know what, let's give it to this one instead of them, which is why they're trying to revamp their image, but it's just not working.
It's too late. It's too far gone. And yeah, I know what you're talking about. For those who don't know what Pinky is talking about, this is content creator named Neon. He's around the same age as Kai. Like as a matter of fact, I think they're all in that same age bracket. And he said some
Neon is 20.
Yeah, so he said a lot of anti-black stuff, like you name it, he said it, and they pulled it up, and he was on the Breakfast Club, and they brought it to his attention. And I think while the Breakfast Club interview was going on, I think he was streaming it onto his platform via Twitch.
He was, and Aiden Ross got on and said, "Hey, they're trying to make fun of you. They're doing this, that, and the third." And Just Hilarious was like, "F Aiden Ross. This is,
Yeah, basically he got exposed on there. But the thing is, many people already knew what he was about, and it's just that now he got exposed to a more broader audience that may not have any idea who he is. So then they go and look for it, and it's like, oh, okay. So, and the thing is, like you said, the Breakfast Club didn't volunteer to platform him. He asked and reached out to them to be on there, and they said, okay. And the thing is, one thing I will give the Breakfast Club, if I don't give them much of anything else, and this is coming from someone who used to listen to them via iHeartRadio back in the early 2010s, they are going to hit at some of those hard-hitting questions to certain, and I say certain celebrities because when it comes to certain people, they be softballing it, and y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. But certain people like Neon, they gonna hit them hard. You gotta think, Charlamagne is a product of Wendy Williams. I don't think a lot of people know that. Before Charlamagne got onto the Breakfast Club, he used to work with Wendy Williams back in the day in the early 2000s. That's where he got it started. So take that however you want.
Yeah. But many, I mean, what's his name? DJ Envy and what's the other one? Jess. They also the same thing. Listen, we did our jobs. After the video, people are literally coming at them trying to get them to apologize, and they all gotten on their own separate platforms and said, no, we're not doing that. We did our jobs. Make no mistake. If this happened in your past, we're gonna bring it up. And now what they're trying to do is
it's recent because, like you said, Neon's only 20, and when you look at those videos, his face really hasn't changed much. So that
he was 18 when a lot of that stuff came out.
So
one particular video just came out recently where he was at the zoo, saw a bunch of primates, I'm gonna call them primates, and started calling out names like, "Yo, Kai, what's going on? You didn't expect that to come back to you?" Other things like that, and then they started talking about roaches and and what was it, roaches and EBT and stuff like that. Again,
the usual stereotypical talking point that they love to use, because that book is so stale. Like they can't come up with anything new to say, and then when they get called out on it, then it's everybody else's fault. Then they'll try to use this. And that's why I was asking what his age was. And he said he's 29, he was 18, and a lot of stuff come out. You can't hold that against him. He was only 18. And guess what? Trayvon Martin was only, 17?
Yep. And Tamir Rice was only 12.
12. But they thought he was 18. I will never forget that. They said, I thought he was 18. You look at that little baby face boy and thought that was an 18-year-old. I think that's when I started saying stop insulting my intelligence. I think that's when that was my biggest pet peeve, when they did that crap right there.
Yeah. But you know who else was on that Time magazine list? I Show Speed. I decided I went. Kai was number one. Speed was like maybe 20 or something like that. So you have two people who, when they team up, when they team up and they stream, their numbers go high. I mean, I've seen it. Again, I'm not a fan. My son sometimes watches them, but when they get together or when they do any type of live, their numbers go up. I don't get it, but their numbers go insanely high. And make no mistake, there have been offers for them to go to other platforms with these two. And even Aiden Ross even said, he was like, listen, I think he spoke to like the president of Kick. I was like, listen, I'm gonna give you this amount of money. All three of y'all will get to split like $140 million if Speed and Kai leave Twitch. Speed and Kai said no. What does that tell you? So it's like, again, they have their own fan base, Aiden and Neon, but it's a very bad fan base, and they keep defending it. They keep saying, "Oh, we've been trying to tell them not to do it," but it's like, listen, if it's a problem, get your moderators to kick them off permanently. That's what they're for. You have moderators,
right?
But that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, thanks for coming up.
All right, thank you.
All right, shout out to Pinky for coming up. Next up, we got Xavier. What's going on?
Hey, brother Tori. Greetings to you, my brother, and B1 to the chat. It's been a while. I've been a bit busy, but I had to catch this one guy. I think I missed the last one you did last month, I think.
No, I didn't do one last month. The last one I did before this one was in May.
Oh, what's in May? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm good. So, I guess I just wanted to touch on the movie. I wanted to actually thank you for the really awesome video you did on Fantastic Four, the movie. I actually went to see it, and it was awesome. It was actually a really good, probably one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't know if I would say it was.
A lot of people said that and I will agree. A lot of people said the trailers didn't do the movie justice, and I said that
did not. It did.
I said that's the thing, and I said the thing is maybe them releasing what some people would consider to be mid trailers means that the movie will be good, and that's
exactly
what it turned out to be. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that my review is what propelled you to go and watch it.
Man, bro, I have to give you your flowers for real, because you actually give why I like your analysis is you give minimal, you don't give spoilers, you actually just hit at the heart of it. And one thing I would say, one of my favorite parts of the movie was Human Torch, because this is the first time I've actually, like, they've showcased the fact that the Human Torch is actually a scientist. Like in fact, they're all scientists. That's one thing we forget. Like the whole reason that they're astronauts in the first place is because they're all scientists in one shape or the other, except maybe Ben Grimm. I think Ben Grimm is just the pilot, but like Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, they're all basically scientists. So them showcasing Johnny Storm's analytical abilities was really cool. I like that.
That was one of my favorite parts too, and that's actually something I alluded to in my review, because I said that was something that I didn't see in the other iterations of that character with the other Fantastic Four movies we got. So when I saw that, it caught me off guard, and I was like, "Wow!" I said, I'm glad they did that with his character. It added something there to him besides what we know him to be.
Exactly. Even from the shows from back in the day, the animated shows from back in the day, they always played him off as like the pretty boy, quirky guy, but they never actually showcased the fact that he wasn't an airhead, and I really appreciated that. I mean, yeah, I think overall, I gave this movie an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
As opposed to, I think I preferred Superman because Superman actually had me teary eyed for some reason. Like I don't know, it took me back to like my childhood. At some point, I was like, damn, like it hit me in the feels. I had
Oh, you froze up. Xavier must have hit a dead spot.
about the death.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about your I didn't know the person you were talking about, your channel member contributor that passed.
Sean, yeah, Sean from the Shy. Yeah, she passed back in 2023, I believe. Yeah, I think 2023.
Oh yeah, I don't think I was I don't think I found your channel at that point, but
Yeah,
you know,
but trust me.
she
But like I said, if you get a chance, just go back and look at like some of my old live streams from like that year, more so from like the summer back, because she passed in September. So look more so from like August on back, like anytime I had a panel discussion, you'll know it's her because when she comes up, her name is going to pop up at the bottom. It's going to say Sean from the Shy. She's going to be like a brown skinned woman with locks.
Oh right. Word. I'll
Yeah.
definitely check that out.
Yeah.
May she rest in power. And Malcolm Jamal, that got me too, because I also remember watching him on the Cosby Show, and I think he was, maybe I'm mistaken, but what I think he was on this sci-fi show. Uh, I forget the name now. It's really good. The one with the it's on HBO Max. I think I don't know if that was him. I'll have to go look that up.
I'm sure somebody in the chat will probably know because I'm drawing a blank. But another show that I liked him on that came out in the 90s was Malcolm and Eddie.
Oh yeah.
That show was hilarious. I feel like that's like a very underrated comedy. If y'all never watched Malcolm and Eddie, I think it's on a streaming platform. I'm not sure which one, but if y'all get a chance, y'all can go and watch it. That show was so funny. They Malcolm Jamal Warner and Eddie Griffin had so much chemistry in that show. Eddie Griffin was probably really the hardcore funniest part of that show, but Malcolm Jamal Warner, he played that good balance. Think of like the Wayans brothers, where you had Marlon Wayans and Sean Wayans, where Marlon was like definitely the overly comedic one, and Sean had his comedic moments, but he also was the more stable one. That's
like
kind of
straight guy, yeah.
The straight guy, and that's how it was with Malcolm and Eddie. One of my favorite episodes of Malcolm and Eddie, and I think it's the only one I remember all verbatim, was when when Malcolm was like going to dump his uncle's ashes into the river, and then Eddie had accidentally bumped the urn over, and then I think he vacuumed it up or something like that, and then he found out that it was his uncle's ashes, and he was in there trying to put the ashes back in the urn with cigarette ash and a whole bunch of breadcrumbs. and when he dumped it into the water, he said, why does my uncle's ashes smell like cigarettes and A1 salt?
Okay, that was good.
Episode, if you come across that episode, you are going to be dying laughing.
Yeah. I think I have to look up. I'll have to look up that show. It's been so long. I need to look up a lot of these old shows are gold and like really good. Even episodes of like Martin and the rest. Rewatching them again really takes you back. Oh, speaking of the final death, I wanted to ask you about. What did you think about Hulk Hogan going to the great beyond?
Well, like I've always said, everyone's got to go sometime. It is what it is. But I Stay tuned because I have some words about that, but I have to put that in the form of a live. I'm not going to do it immediately because I want to let the dust settle a little bit. It's still very fresh, but I have some things to say about that. Just all I'm going to say is just keep, the coming weeks in mind. It's not going to be way into the year. It's going to happen next month. Just keep that in mind. Just have your notifications turned on. That's all I'm going to say.
Will do. I'm on your Discord, so I definitely will keep an eye out. I wanted to say one thing though. Like so apparently someone posted this online. They said that Hogan passed on the exact same day, or the anniversary of the day that he said the thing about
black men
people.
not with his daughter. Yeah, that's crazy. When someone had mentioned that to me, I said, wow,
the ancestors. The ancestors
and here's the crazier part. Not only is it like the same exact day, but it's exactly 10 years later, because he said it in 2015. On July 24th, 2015 was when that came out, and he passes on July 24th, 2025. What are the odds of that happening?
They were taking their time with it. They were like, we're gonna meet you up front. Don't worry.
And one of the last appearances that he had when he was on the wrestling ring, the crowd booed him.
Oh yeah, they booed him off the stage, I think. Yeah. That is the height. Like that. Talk about falling from grace. And this is sad because for a very long time, I don't know if anyone else had this, but growing up, I used to really like Hulk Hogan. Even like, I think he had an animated show. I know I'm aging myself right now, but he had an animated show back in the day that I watched as a kid. And watching wrestling back then was always him, The Undertaker, and a couple other guys. But Hulk Hogan was like the main guy. And to see him fall so hard was like, man. It's like never. It just goes to show you never meet your heroes. Or what was that saying? That saying from the Dark Knight: you either die a hero or you live long enough
to see yourself become the villain. And that's crazy because I was actually watching that movie last night. That's why that quote was fresh in my head.
It's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Like you said, everyone's got to go sometime. Whatever. Anyways, thanks for having me up. I really appreciate it. I just want to give a shout out to you and all the rest of the Black media, new Black media, for all the work you do, putting eyes on all these things that affect all of us. And I really appreciate you, man, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for coming up.
B1.
Shout out to Xavier for coming up. Next up, we got Chillmonger. What's going on, Chill?
We're going to keep things Hulk Hogan. Do you want to see a Freudian slip?
Oh, you was ready.
Share that. It's Natalia answering questions with Fox.
He's not perfect. I know that, he has definitely made his mistakes, but so have I. So have you. We've all kind of
all have.
We've all made his mistake. We've all made our own mistakes, and
we've all made his mistakes. Isn't that interesting? A choice of words that she may have said unintentionally, but revealing that is exactly how they all feel about this. That's not their line. Racism is my line. I can draw it there. I don't care about you after racism, but she was good with it, and so was the roster. I'll try not to play this because you know how they can flag. But if you look at the roster doing the 10 bell. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I know what you're gonna say because somebody I know pointed it out before they actually did this. They talked about like the arrangement of the wrestlers.
Yes, and the attendance. So I was like, who's not here? Who's not there? Jade Cargill, you can kind of see her silver hair. Let me move it. You can kind of see her silver hair there. That's Jade Cargill. So she was present. I would have loved for her to be like, I'll sit this one out. I'll be back I got to prepare for my match or something. I see Montez and B-Fab right there, and that is Angelo Dawkins there. No one didn't show up to this, and it's kind of disappointing. You would hope like someone's gonna stand their ground. And there we have our favorite Samoan rapper. We got. It would have been awesome if Jacob Fatu didn't come, or someone like if somebody just said I'm not gonna celebrate him. Here's Angelo Dawkins over there, but they were all present. So
they probably like I'm there so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
But some of the thing is you never know what's going through their head because you can only go about based off of whatever it is that they're saying. But they're probably, let's just put it this way, if we could read minds, I could only imagine what they're probably saying for those who did not want to be there.
Yeah, exactly. You see things exactly the way I see it. And I want to see this video you got prepared next month.
Listen, the thumbnail's already made. I literally, like yesterday, I spent like maybe a good hour just going around screenshotting different things. And also shout out to you over there on I think I was watching the playback of Pantheon. I think it was it had to be the recent one where you pulled up that video, not the one, of course, that we know about what he said to his daughter about the black man, but what the video about his son and what he said to him, because that I did not know about. I did not know that happened. So I'm glad you find out, because I'm definitely going to use that in my commentary in a couple of weeks.
It's important because he's a consistent racist. I'm a forgiving person. I can go, okay, I understand you were born in the 50s. This is probably the perception. Your parents instilled these values on you and you had them, and you know, once you got busted, you decided to do the right thing. I actually, maybe you won't, maybe most of the chat won't, but I would forgive you for that and see if we can get to a place. But like during that video, like I showed example after example, even Mark Henry was saying like this guy had a chance. If he was going to make his changes, he would have. And Mark Henry gives up on you. Okay, I'm going to give up on you too.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, well.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right. Shout out to Chillmonger for coming up. And I think I have one more person left. Jonathan, of course, in his second home.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
I'm doing good. I'm sorry, man. I kept going in and out doing stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that because it's like when you came up initially, you was in one location and you went out, and then the next time I saw you, you was in another location and you went out again, and now you in another place. I said, this man is teleporting like he Nightcrawler.
Yeah, exactly. For some reason that needs to be me playing that character whenever a new X-Men movie come out. That's why I'm working out so much. So I'm trying out for him. But yes, I wanted to say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. I love him at Theo, and I love how he played every brilliant person as an actor. Instead of just playing like a black person being looked at as a thug or the hood, struggling out. He never like thought looking at himself at.
I'm glad you said that. He rarely played that stereotypical type of role. A lot of the times, especially in his early roles, he always played like a straight and narrow type of person. Even when he was guest starring on other shows, he never like played that type of role. But that just shows you that he was strategic in the type of roles that he chose. He just didn't say, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. He was strategic with what he wanted, and I think that's attributed to probably conversations that he had with Bill Cosby. He probably was like, don't just accept every role. That's probably why Bill Cosby was mad with Lisa Bonet when she did that movie Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. Oh, I never saw that movie. Yeah, that's
the one with Mickey Rourke. The one with Mickey Rourke.
I've never heard of that movie. But yeah, she's supposed to be. Was she supposed to be like a drug addict or something that was stereotype of black person?
No, I forgot. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but it came out. I know it came out in the 80s. This was still at the height of her career, like when she was on the Cosby Show. This was when Lisa Bonet was trying to free herself, so to speak. I'll just leave it like that. She was trying to be a free spirit. That's also around the time when she was with Lenny Kravitz and all of that. And remember that she wasn't on the show for a little bit because she had got pregnant. So so she was off the show for a while, and then when she came back, of course, she had already had her baby, who we now know is Zoe Kravitz.
Oh yeah. Oh, she has a daughter named Zoe Kravitz. Yeah, I like Zoe Kravitz. I think she's talented now. Lenny Kravitz, they are talented, so it was smart for her to marry, into talent, to create a talent. You know, and I feel like that should, you know, always marry people that shares your skill, your talent, something that you show interest in. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Jamal Warner. Did you know he was married to Michelle Thomas, the
Yeah,
girl who played Maya?
yeah, they was engaged because that's where they met. They met on the set of the Cosby Show, so they're related. And the thing is, ironically, they played boyfriend and girlfriend on the show, but behind the scenes, they were actually really dating in real life. And I think they was going to get married. I don't think they got married; they got engaged. But of course, you know, unfortunately, he passed from stomach cancer. But what really shocked me though, was that he was married to Regina King for 2 years. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I
he was
did not
married to Regina King. My best friend had a little to tell me that he was married to Regina King. I didn't honestly didn't know Michael Jamal. I knew he was married, but I didn't know he was married to Michelle Thomas and Regina King. Those caught me off guard. But so yeah, and if you look at I don't know, it's another show he was on too. Yeah, he played a college professor. So he played a bar lounge owner on Malcolm and Eddie. He played a professor on this other show. It was kind of like Blackish, but it's not. Um, I forgot the name of that show. But he carried himself well, no matter what role it was. So it was like, and I'm like, that's the type of person I want to be. Like, I don't want to take on any role. I want to like take a role that fits me. Like, because you don't know Hollywood is called Hollywood for a reason. They'll make you play roles that you're not comfortable in. Like, remember when you did the one about Steve Urkel wearing a dress and all, wearing a wig? He
Oh
said
yeah,
Jaleel White was crying.
yeah. When he was when he
You
they
know?
had him when he played Murder Urkel.
Yep. And then and then they'll ask you, if you would be interested in playing like a pedophile, like a child molester. Even even as an actor, I would reject that role. I'm like, no, I don't want to play that role. Like, I don't want to play a role where I go after children and do sexual intercourse with them. Like, no, like, don't ever ask me to do like that again. I'll wait until something else opens. Like, look, I'll take a pizza delivery job over a rapist role. I can't do the pedo stuff. Like, I don't care if it is Hollywood. And then you ask me to play a transgender. I'm not playing that. I'm not doing that either. That's why what color ain't you don't hear from Don DC Curry no more. The one who played Dead A's Dead on Friday After Next and next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's not doing any more of these roles because they wanted him to wear a dress and all that. He said he ain't down with it. You know what I'm saying? Him, Clifton Powell who played Pinky. They said, no, I'm not gonna wear no dress or transgender for y'all. Like, a lot of people they didn't get no roles because they turned down roles that they didn't want. They didn't make them feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They had dignity, just like Malcolm Jamal Warner. He had dignity. And that's why I respect him so much. Respect him way more than Hulk Hogan. And what's the sad part? Hulk Hogan was my favorite wrestler. He was my favorite actor. Like, I was like, oh, every time I hear about Hulk Hogan being in a movie or something, I'm like, oh yes, Hulk Hogan, I want to watch it. You know what really breaks my heart? Someone that you love all your life, only to find out there was something behind the scenes this whole time as you grew up.
That's why you do not do the celebrity worship or the idolatry thing. I never do that. I can say that I'm a fan of you, but I'm not going to be like make you a whole part of my existence because I don't know you. I only know you as this personality. I don't know the person. Like, I never had a conversation with you. We've never like gone anywhere or anything or talked about anything on a personal level. I only know you from what you put out there, but then the real side of them comes out, such as with Hulk Hogan. And then that's when we get to decide whether or not we're going to remain fans of this person or if we're just going to cut them off altogether. But like I said, that's going to go into the live that I'm going to do about this, but it's going to be in a couple weeks because I don't want to come out with it right now because I'm still gathering stuff for this because this is going to be a pretty lengthy live. I already know. So I'm still gathering for this live. So I'll put it like this. By the time this live happens, his funeral will have already passed. Like, I'll put it like that.
Yeah, because look, this is what I was told. I was, so Brooke Hogan, that's Hulk Hogan's daughter.
Yeah.
So apparently, Brooke Hogan is dating a black dude. Hulk Hogan found out he saw the dude that she was dating, and they said he called him the N word.
Oh yeah, we know. Oh
That,
yeah, we know about that. We know about that. We heard about that. That's when it really. That's when we first got exposed to his anti-blackness, was through that audio right there. And then some more stuff came out about him. And then of course, you know, if you watch that Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix, this man was cutthroat. I mean, he was throwing his coworkers up under. I mean, way up under the bus. So when he got
I'm
booed at
not
his last
surprised.
appearance, so when he got booed at his last appearance, that and a couple of other things is what contributed to the fans booing him. So what a way to go out. I mean, he went out on a very low note.
Yeah, that was the last thing. That's why it's like, I'm gonna be very fun when I try to be a fan of these white celebrities, these white pro athletes, and now that's why I'm not a fan. Like I like the John Stockton, I like the John Paxson, I like the Steve Young, Troy Aikman, and now, but you know what I'm saying. But now it's like I wonder if they're anti-black. Now it's questioning me on every celebrity and pro athlete who's currently a pro athlete or who used to be a pro athlete. But Buffalo Bills Josh Allen, Bills quarterback, he 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 faced backlash for this tweet he made in high school saying, "I will be picking cotton, but instead I'll pick you." Now, and we all know what he mean by picking cotton. They're trying to say us doing that. So, what I'm saying? Although he's been showing out in the NFL, I know I'm not a fan of him because that little racist tweet that he put out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I'll forgive you for the anti-gay tweet and all that, but the racist tweet, that's never, or pedophile tweet where you say, oh, these underage girls are so sexy. I might just go ahead and risk it. Like, nah. So, speaking of that, you heard about Dave Portnoy, right?
Yeah.
So I've been sharing a lot of stuff. Portnoy been having a lot of stuff revealed on him. I think that was a tweet he made saying these 14-year-olds mature so quick. Basically saying he likes the way how they look at that age. They said he had a picture of a 2-year-old that was naked or nude.
Hey, Jonathan, let's not go too far into that.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: David's supporting SA and pedo stuff. I'm gonna leave it like that. It's a lot of stuff. You know what? I'm gonna probably have to say something this later because I'm gonna do the rest of my workout. I know you got to go, got things to do. I gotta finish my workout. I gotta drink my energy drink. But yeah, man, I just want to tell you, man, that rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner and not so much to Hulk Hogan. He disappointed me in the end. And hey, I'm looking forward to another live and keep it up. Keep up the good
Appreciate
work. Appreciate you. B1.
All right, I think Jonathan was the last person to come up and speak. This was a pretty lengthy sound off Saturday. I don't think I've ever had one that's gone almost an hour and a half, but y'all came up and y'all had quite a bit to say. But shout out to everybody who came up and spoke. Of course, we do this once a month, so the next time that I do it will be at the end of August, and that will be on August the 30th. Of course, I uploaded a short video today. Some of y'all saw it. It was that Mortal Kombat Jade video. There won't be any content tomorrow because True Crime Sunday is every other Sunday. So we'll be back on Monday with the 10 o'clock and the 10 o'clock and the 6 p.m. video on Monday. So that'll be the next time y'all will be hearing from me. But anyway, y'all, we are about to go ahead and end this live, and it actually ends at a very good time because I actually got to get ready to head out in a few minutes anyway. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Again, shout out to those who contributed to the chat. Shout out to the members, the mods, everybody over there on Patreon. Again, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. But most importantly, stay safe and be one.